Hello folks, welcome back to the show here on FlickDirect, where I give you guys the latest that happened in entertainment news throughout the week, and then I give you all my personal take on the matter at hand. I'm your host, Austin Putnam, and while there wasn't a whole lot that happened this week, I got just enough to talk about this week, so let's start off with a topic that made me think, why are they doing this? So I don't know if you guys have heard of actor James Dean. James Dean, back in the 1950s, well, early 50s, late 40s, was pretty much one of the biggest teen icons at the time, and he was only in 4 films, dying at the age, I believe, 24, 25, due to a car accident back in 1955. But now, get this. Apparently, half a century later, there is a new film coming out, I believe next year, called Finding Jack, in which there is going to be a body double, and now, this is the worst part of it all, someone is going to use James Dean's likeness via CGI to essentially cast James Dean, an actor that has been dead for over 60 years, as the lead role in this new film. Yeah, I'm not joking. Now, don't get me wrong, this process has been done in the past, specifically with Rogue One, when Peter Cushing was essentially, his likeness via CG was put on a body double. However, the reason why that worked, I feel like, was because that role was very minor, even though that Grand Moff Tarkin was a big part of Rogue One. Still, though, he was used in very limited capacity. Here, we're talking about a lead role, and here's the thing, this movie comes out in less than 12 months. We haven't even fully realized what we can do with CG, especially with a likeness via James Dean. And think about this again. James Dean has been dead since 1955. It just feels wrong knowing that James Dean, since, like I said, he's been dead for over half a century, he has no say in this. I don't even think that his estate has said anything about this that I know of, at least. And not just that, but I feel like it's an absolute spit in the face to everyone that's probably trying to get this role. And I can only imagine what it's like to that actor going home, telling their family they haven't gotten the part, and they ask as to why, and they say, oh, they're gonna make a CG person that's been dead for 50 years. I could go on as to why I absolutely hate this decision, but I'm just gonna leave it right there and just say that I feel like that actors today who are incredible actors that have yet to be discovered should be given the choice to do this role. On to our second and final news story of the day, we got some news surrounding the MCU and the Disney Plus shows that will be connected to the MCU. So as we all know, in about 2 days, Disney Plus will be airing. I am really excited to see what they're going to be doing with this service, especially with The Mandalorian. I cannot wait for the show to come out. And the MCU shows that will be coming out are very promising, like the Loki show, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. They're making a WandaVision show. But according to Kevin Feige, with all the new MCU stuff, especially with Phase 4, with the Disney Plus shows and everything happening, he is saying that in order to really stay connected with the MCU, that we have to watch the shows coming on Disney Plus. Now, I really don't know how I feel about this because, I mean, the MCU, do not get me wrong, is one of the greatest achievements in cinema history. But with Phase 4 going forward, the fact that we have to watch, specifically with Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness, from what I've been hearing, WandaVision connects directly to that film, so apparently, if we're not watching WandaVision, we're gonna be kind of confused. It kind of feels cheap in all honesty, but nonetheless, I am still looking forward to seeing what they do with the Disney Plus Marvel shows. Looking forward to it nonetheless. So as we all know, Star Wars Episode 9 Rise of the Skywalker comes out in a little over a month. It's a movie that I'm really excited to see. I have my Thursday night opening night tickets for IMAX, so as you can imagine, I'm really hyped to see how the Skywalker saga ends. But according to some source at Disney, after Rise of Skywalker comes out, the Star Wars movies are going to put on a definite hiatus afterwards. Now, like I mentioned before, this news does make me a bit happy, but at the same time, it does bum me out. Now, let me start the reason why I'm a bit happy. For one reason, I feel like that Star Wars, well, it's amazing. I grew up with Star Wars when I was 6 years old. I saw A New Hope for the first time. At the same time, with how many Star Wars related things are coming out, I feel like it's a bit much, even though I'm not gonna lie, The Mandalorian has me hyped more than anything else when it comes to Star Wars this year. I just feel like that there's been a bit too many Star Wars films, and knowing that they're taking a bit of a hiatus, it just makes me be a little happy on that side, knowing we could take a little bit of a break. But there are 2 reasons why I'm a bit bummed. One, because, again, I love Star Wars and I want to see new things, which is why I'm excited for The Mandalorian to come out. But the reason why it kind of bums me out is because since the creators of Game of Thrones, Benioff and Weiss, have exited their trilogy, because I believe for their Netflix deal, I was really excited to see what they were going to do, especially knowing that what they were going to be working on was a Jedi prequel series, which sounded amazing. But when it comes to Rian Johnson's trilogy, people were saying it's dead, others saying he's still working on it. Rian Johnson himself said that it's still in development, that he's still in talks with Lucasfilm. So I don't know really what's happening. I think that Johnson is only saying that because he still wants to do it, and don't get me wrong, I want to see Johnson's trilogy after this hiatus. Maybe give it a couple of years and then get us excited once again for Star Wars by giving us something brand new. It does kind of bum me out knowing that after everything that's been happening with the stuff that was supposed to be going on, that we're not really going to get them, especially the Benioff and Weiss trilogy, because that sounded amazing. But still, I'm looking forward to seeing Star Wars coming back after this hiatus to see what they have with their big guns coming out. Alrighty guys, and that is going to do it for this week's show. Please comment down, let me know below. When it comes to this film, Finding Jack, how do you all feel about James Dean's likeness being used as essentially as a way for him to be a lead role once again, despite him being dead for over half a century? I still am not a big fan of this. Also, when it comes to Star Wars being on a hiatus for a couple of years or indefinitely after Rise of Skywalker, and finally, how do you all feel about having to watch the Disney Plus MCU shows in order to still know what's going on with Phase 4 of the MCU? Let me know below. I hope y'all enjoyed this week's show. If so, please hit that like button and subscribe. If you guys want to see any of our previous 2 shows, please click right there or there. And of course, until next week's show, we'll see you all next week. Have a great week, guys.